2022 GSL Season 1 Ro.10.
Welcome back, everybody. I still can't get over the fact that Maru's 0-3.
I know, it's
but I
rough.
better get used to it because we've got a lot more matches to go through tonight.
Right.
Up next, and this is one I'm really curious about, Creator versus herO,
Yeah.
a PvP. Now, herO's 1-1, so that's not a whole lot to work with, but the fact that Creator's 2-0 and the people that he did beat, it's phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
can he do it now in a Protoss versus Protoss is the question I'm asking myself.
Very different from the other matchups.
Sure is.
PvP generally rewards a lot of aggression and a lot of sneakery, and those are things that herO has in spades. And he is better at micro than herO, which is going to help him as well. I would dare say I think that Creator's going to have his first match loss of the tournament. Like, I really favor herO here.
But the same way that I was kind of in denial about Game 1, where I'm like, there's no way Maru's going to lose this. You're in denial about this game right now, Arto.
Is that right?
Creator's going to go 3-0 in this group.
You can't go 2 Forge Colossus in this matchup, Tasis.
No, you can't. But you could maybe still do a Void Ray Rush and make it work. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe still force that strat to somehow pan out. I don't know.
Well, I think herO's probably going to mix it up early and often here. But you know what? Maybe Creator can just parry all of his attacks, right? Like, if you play a nice defensive game, I could see him holding. But, like, if it comes down to them battling, like, scuffling with units, herO's going to get ahead.
herO's still got some of the best control, and he has some very different approaches to the Protoss race compared to everybody else. I mean, he really does march to his own beat. We're going to start this off on Glittering Ashes, then Berlingrad for Map 2, and if we get to Map 3, it's going to be on Hardwire.
I am ready for it. Yeah, I'm going 2-0 herO, to be honest.
2-0 herO?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not unreasonable.
We're going to mix this group up right now, Tasteless.
If we do, man, we could end up in a very confusing situation. We could have a lot of 2-2s here, man.
I know. Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
And poor Maru, if everyone else is 2-2, how screwed he is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Glittering Ashes has loaded up. Creator vs. herO starts now.
2022 GSL Season 1. Team MB, Creator. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO.
So, I mean, this GSL, out of, I don't even know how many we've done so far, this one is, so far, Creator's real breakout performance. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, there's
herO
a
is
gateway right here.
Maca-gating.
Yeah, it's a Maca-gate. Let's see what he wants to do with this. I mean, when the probe comes in scouts, it's going to look like there's a gateway in his main or somewhere like that.
He might think Cannon Rush, he might think Proxy Gate.
Yeah, and so this is going to sound a lot of alarms.
Well, he won't see a Forge, so I guess he'll probably think Proxy Gate, right?
Yeah, well, we have seen games won, like just 2-gate proxy, like it's, 1998. It does sometimes throw people off, depending on what opening they do.
Yeah, Creator right now. Let's see how he deals with this.
So, what I was going to say was that, Creator is a much more emotional player and tends to underperform. herO is actually one of the most comfortable players we've ever had in our studio. He's not phased. He always seems to play well. He seems to be in good spirits, win or lose.
Yeah, it is a good point. I think if you play like him, you need to have this type of attitude.
Yeah.
Because the amounts of risks that he is willing to take, he can have great days and he can have terrible days because of that. Now, this is just a fast expansion from herO. So, I mean, he is, I don't even know how to word this. Like, the amount that he has switched this up and made this look like different things. It's like, originally there's no gate, and you're thinking, oh, am I being cheesed? And then suddenly there's a Nexus there. It's like, oh, God, it's just completely not what he thought. Now, we see that Creator is making a proxy pylon, so most likely this is just going to be a Stalker shield battery rush.
Yeah, and Creator was sort of forced into this position, but you know, if herO loses to this, wouldn't that be a funny result, you know?
Yeah.
You trick them into doing something, so then they do that, and then you're like, oh, no, I'm going to lose because of that.
Yeah, and don't forget, now that you get half energy, like, this is not going to be as strong.
Yeah.
All the batteries here warps in, there's, you know, he's going to have plenty of energy. Here with the creator warp-ins, not as much. It's going to be tough.
So he sees the batteries. He should see the gate, or at least know as well what's coming. Another battery's thrown down here. Our Stalkers are just now going to come meet. It's 2-2, though. But with a battery present, it's going to be enough to force him back, and more batteries are going to be made. Creator, if anything he can get here, maybe a probe snipe would actually be pretty handy.
Anything at all is really fantastic.
And any kill is... Oh,
that's
my
huge.
God!
Huge moment.
He's the chosen one.
Was I that foolish, Tasteless, to think that he would not continue to win?
I'm embarrassed for you. I am physically feeling embarrassment. I mean, this is the first time I've cringed with you, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you thought Creator wasn't going to go 3-0 in this group?
Well, now you've told me a lot about yourself, and I'm actually cringing that you've never cringed with me. Because that means your tolerance is too high. There's something wrong with you.
I've got something missing in my brain.
Oh, the Void Ray pops out now. Has to go back to his own shield batteries here. I mean, still looking good for Creator, though. He's got 3 gates now. Not looking good for herO, man. The greatest gamer is here.
Yeah. I mean, this is looking to be pretty dicey. If the Void Ray is shot down at all, and oh, okay, he gets 1 kill. His second Void Ray is going to come. Oh. He gets healed up.
Yeah, he overcharges a different battery. Has to switch what's healing him. I mean, he's got 2 Voids alive, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the Stalker count is getting pretty absurd here.
Okay, snipes another battery.
Overcharge is over.
There's not enough room, by the way, on these for like powering area here. He doesn't have that much more room for batteries. So another important thing to note here.
Yeah. Oh, this is just so bad right now for herO, losing another one.
Okay, wipes the shields on that Stalker. Again, the Nexus is you know, an easy source to try to attack, but really you want to, if you could successfully dive on 1 or 2 of these Void Rays, it charges him up.
Yeah, he gets rid of one of them, and that is such an important moment because eventually you can hit a Void Ray count that is just going to slap the Stalkers down, and he's being prevented from that right now.
He's baiting him forward. That Nexus is low enough. He won't lose the game if he loses the Nexus, but it'll also open up surface areas so that the Stalkers can advance.
Yeah, that's very true. And there's the overcharge.
Doesn't commit.
Oh, he can use the overcharge to heal the Nexus up as well. Exactly what he's doing here.
Yeah. This game's being played on a knife's edge here.
It really
There's
is.
so many Stalkers. We're getting to the point where you can start to one-shot stuff, where batteries don't actually play any factor at all.
And that's exactly what he's doing now, picking off everything. And herO is dead. Creator going to take game number 1.
Artosis is cringing at himself right now. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for herO to 2-0 him now.
GG. Oh, look at Creator. He's like, you can just feel the emotion. Those tongue moves, man.
Actually,
that's when you're like so happy that you're trying to not smile, but you can't because your brain is making yourself smile because you're so happy.
Yes, that's actually exactly what that is, man. I have kids, and I've seen them do that where they're trying not to smile and the tongue starts being
the tongue
like
starts making little weird rolls and stuff.
Creator right now looking poised to just win the group and go to the round of 4, man. That is crazy.
Dude, this is crazy. And I mean, what a group. He like just keeps doing it. And like, again, what's funny about that last game was herO is like, I'm going to trick you, and then he did, and then Creator's like, I guess I'll do this because this is probably the best move, and wins with it.
Yeah. Pretty damn well done. herO, was he too fancy?
Yes.
Was it overconfidence?
Yes.
All right, let's buckle it down, herO.
Let's buckle it down. Berlingrad. Why can I not say this map name? I don't know. I don't know.
2022
It says I'm
GSL
smiling too
Season
much.
1.
I'm doing Creator tongue rolls with my mouth.
Team MB, Creator. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO.
So we've got a probe moving out. It's from Creator. This time the gateway is in the main here for herO.
Yes, but it's not over at the ramp where
It's to the side.
you see it more often.
He's just going to confirm there's no proxy here as well. But let's see where Creator's probe goes. This is going to be just out of the vision range. You know, the pathing in StarCraft 2 is so smooth that you can like really easily just know that they're never going to see this if they right-click into a certain
You never have a worker just do a loop-de-loop.
Yeah. The workers don't serpentine like they do in Brood War.
All right, he comes over, sees exactly what's what, so even if he had a heart palpitation, it's over now. And, you know, there has occasionally been some interesting moves where you don't wall in. I liked it a lot as a ladder build back in the day because as soon as you don't see the wall in, you're like, I'll make some adepts. But if your opponent is like, well, I'm going to bait him to make adepts here, right?
Yeah.
And they actually just play defensively against those adepts, you can just prevent all damage, and suddenly your opponent's like doing something they didn't plan because they think they can get a quick win. But at this level, you kind of already know the ins and outs of this. I don't think that Creator looks at this and says, well, I'm just going to win with adepts. In fact, he makes 2 stalkers here.
Yeah.
He's saying, no, I'm not going to be baited into that.
And although the opening's a bit tricky, I was about to say this. There's nothing too tricky about this build overall. Like you can go into a normal game, but the Twilight Council out here from herO, maybe a setup for DTs, maybe
possibly, yeah. It could be DTs. It could be
maybe Blank, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably DT, but we'll see.
Yeah, it would seem like it would make a lot of sense to hide that. Well, no, I guess, you know, PvP's a funny matchup. There's so many things you can do that are sneaky.
I think
but the probe's going to make it,
It's generally just good to hide stuff. Like, why not? Okay, so Creator has gone for 2 adepts now. The Stargate's going to be finishing. That DT tech. We'll see if he flies over with the Oracle. I don't think so. I think he'll probably go to the like bottom leftish area and up, or just straight across. I think that's a pretty reasonably hidden Dark Shrine. Creator pushing up a bit. Of course, as he's come up, oh, okay, well, he gets a little bit of scout, but overall, I think you're happy as herO.
Yeah, well,
you lose 2 probes for 2 adepts right now. I think you're completely fine with that.
The Dark Shrine's about to finish. And, I mean, this is just a loss, right? I mean, he doesn't have any...
There's, like, some small chance, I think, of an Oracle coming out next, but I think you're right. I think it's likely that he's just going to die. I mean, 2 DTs get there, and you don't have anything yet.
Yeah, well...
Oh, okay, I actually does have the Oracle.
I didn't see that either, to be honest. We were both talking about other stuff.
The Oracle makes way more sense than... you know, the Void Ray is a herO defensive unit.
Look at herO. hero's like, oh no, my probes are better protect us.
Yeah, there's another Oracle on the way as well, so... DT, gonna just walk in here. Probably see it. Oh, he doesn't have the energy for a recall right now. So, yeah, he's just gonna body block some.
Creator.
Very nice.
Kartra.
Kartra. Is that what you're calling Creators?
Yeah,
Kartra? Yeah. Kartra.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Thundercat name.
Yeah.
Okay, Creator actually turns on an Oracle to help kill the Adepts.
There's one more DT.
Did he turn on both Oracles?
I think so.
Dude. Well, Revelation isn't that much, but it's DTs, man. I feel like you want to be careful here. Okay, so he does have the energy for 1. There we go.
All right, it is going to get a couple probe kills. That is 8 total. That puts Creator, or Kartra, 25. Whereas we've got herO at 32.
Kartra. It's like his Stargate name or
That's
something.
right.
He's one of the aliens from Stargate. He named himself Kartra.
Okay, he takes the pylon out. There is one DT lurking on the map. And where are we now, you know, as things kind of dial back a bit here? We've got Blink finishing for herO.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's actually, the DT is no longer going to lurk on the map. It's going to come in here and take some kills. Good reactions.
Yeah, look at the worker count. Plus 10 for herO, he's about to have Blink. I like herO's position like so much more.
Well, I think that basically Creator's going to try to just dive here and win, and it's not going to pan out.
I think you're right about that.
Especially when Blink finishes, like, how do you finesse this? But let's see.
It's done. So, look at that. You can't catch this stuff. Look at him just run away, Tasteless. Yeah, I think Creator is, like, I think it's just over, honestly.
Yeah, well, it was, you know, herO made it weird.
All he has to do is micro well, and that's it.
He said, I'm going to make it weird, and then he made it weird. And between Blink and the battery, I think we'll probably just see Creator tap out. I mean,
he's gonna try to bring it forward, but he's down like 14 workers right now, and he's playing against Blink. I guess you can try to do some sort of all-in, right? Like either make some. I don't think even Immortals will do it, because if herO just goes into charge from here, how do you, like, maybe, you know, when you're really behind, you can go Blink Disruptor and just kind of like pray that you get the perfect shots, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the best comeback composition that Protoss has in this matchup. And Protoss has in this matchup, that's kind of redundant, but being a PvP and all,
yeah.
We'll see if that's what he goes for. I think herO's play is just about perfect, though. He's taking a third Nexus, and as long as he goes like Observer plus Charge, like, it's hard to imagine anything Creator can do being this far behind economically and army-wise.
Okay. I just don't see a world where he's going to be able to come out on top. I think the third base was a wise decision. There's no need for herO to try to counterattack. It makes a lot more sense to just try to, you know, get further ahead and play it safe. herO is going to just try to match him, albeit, you know, down with about 10 workers. Man, Creator's been playing so well. It is so impressive.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, and this wasn't a bad game from him. This was definitely, I think, one of the toughest games he's had in the tournament so far.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
You know, and it's also a bad build that he opened up with versus a perfectly hidden DT rush.
Yeah, when the DT's completely a surprise, it is tough. He microed pretty well against it overall, but I don't think he dealt with the DTs quite well enough. And
right.
You know, herO, as soon as you give him an inch, man, he takes a mile. All right, sets off that shield, getting ready for a possible engage. I mean, you can probably blink forward and just two-volley this Immortal.
Yeah.
And picking off the Immortal right now is amazing.
Oh, I thought he was going to get a Sentry. That might have been a misclick.
It gets a Stalker and a Sentry now.
He's like, I'm back.
Yeah, the battery's done, so...
I ran away, but I didn't want to go.
And, you know, Creator he's doing what he can here, but he's hemorrhaging units. He just does not have enough. Second Immortal comes out, but here comes the charge, right? herO's not vastly up in army supply right now. He's taking a fourth base, though.
Okay, that was really bad. You know, one of the ways you can lose when you're actually in great shape is to overextend and just take engagements that are bad for you. Yeah. We're starting to see a little bit of that with herO.
Well, we suddenly have tied up worker counts, so that's a big deal. And now it's 3 Immortals against the Blink Stalkers. Okay, he does pick one off, so that's good.
Yeah, but down to 2, and a third Immortal going to come in and replace him.
herO might be just being a little bit too fancy. I think he's still got this 100%, but honestly, I think if you just sit back and macro up your Zealots for a moment and then come across the map with everything, how is your opponent going to stop mass charge?
It seems like when you get ahead in positions like this, the best way to play is to actually simplify the game.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
When you get a substantial lead, and I think this is actually a teachable moment, Artosis, but you know, you see these players that will try to get so fancy when they're ahead, and it's like, actually, dude, just stay, in a mirror matchup especially, it's like, just stay up at base and kind of watch, look for an opening, and I think, you know, when we saw those Stalkers come down there, you need to be conservative with moves like that. So herO's actually kind of leaned into the tech that he had. He's got a lot of Stalkers. He's got Zealots in here with the mix. There are no Immortals here. So basically, Creator's army is more sophisticated, but there's more tricks you can do with this many Stalkers that might make the math on this a little bit more fuzzy.
And that's, he's just going to GG
out.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of bring your entire army to deal with anything that hero's doing.
The War Prism changes everything. You
Yeah.
can't protect your main anymore.
Creator, though, little smile on his face. Seems like he doesn't mind it that much, and that's good, as long as he can kind of keep his cool. Because he got really far behind, and, you know, he played all right after that, but he was, I mean, just looking at the probe advantage and the tech advantage, how is herO ever going to lose that?
Now, that game can't be recreated, right? I mean, that was herO basically doing some sneaky stuff. But Creator in Game 3, I mean, what are we going to get here, I wonder? You know, we've had some tricky plays from herO every time. Game 1, it did backfire. Again, a big moment here. If Creator wins this, he's going to be 3-0 in his group, which is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's going to get to the point where, like, he's running away with first place, which is pretty wild.
All right, guys, Hardwire for map 3. We're going to be starting the game right now. Who do you think takes it, Artosis? herO, in your mind?
Yeah, I'll go with herO on this. I think as long as he stays aggressive, don't be taking fast expansions. There's no reason. Like, he's better at the scuffles. He's better at the micro. He's better at the mind games. Creator is a better, like, kind of defensive, solid player. Don't play into him.
All right. I think maybe Creator, but I don't know. I'm not going to offer any analysis for my take on that.
2022 GSL Season 1.
I can tell your analysis tasteless. Just jumped on the bandwagon, the Creator bandwagon,
MB.
which you created.
I created the Creator hive mind, and now I'm trapped in it.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said, though. Play more conservative.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, herO.
I don't think you want to try to give herO opportunities early on.
Yeah.
And the game that he won, it was him just reacting off what his opponent was doing.
Yeah, I think if you give them both, like, one base economy and any set of units on both sides, it's like that no one has screwed up yet. I like herO's position. But as we start to expand, it's like, when you start to get to the area where you can kind of out-macro your opponent, like kind of defend and hit like the army that you're looking for, I think that's where Creator's going to start getting stronger. So, we'll see. herO's already over here with the probe in the base.
It's 2 gates for herO, whereas it's actually 2 now for Creator. It wasn't a second ago.
See how these builds pan out.
So, there's so many ways a PvP can go, especially in the early game. I mean, it's kind of a nightmarishly complicated matchup early on. I mean, there's so many different approaches, so many ways you can hide stuff. You have to really know how all the little builds work against each other. So especially when you have 2 good Protoss players, it's always fun to see what exactly they want to do. Zealot and Stalker here for Creator.
Oh, that is interesting, isn't it?
That's...
I mean, the only thing
cool.
that can mean is that
Sentry?
you're... Oh, okay. Oh, I see exactly what it was. So he didn't have enough gas for the Sentry, but he wanted the gateway producing so that you can't tell what it is.
Yeah. So it looks like it could be like Stalker, for instance, and then he does an insta-cancel into Sentry, and the odds of you catching
or just
that,
build it behind and then cancel the Zoa.
Right.
Put it in the queue.
Because that animation's not going to catch you. You know, there's no way to see it.
So the Stargate coming up here for herO. Adepts as well. Certainly going to see an Oracle out of him. Possibly multiple Oracles. Creator expanding. herO 2. like, when you see two builds like this, now, Creators is actually like a better standard macro play, right? Like he's getting out sentries, which are going to allow him continual scouting. But I actually kind of like herO's opener here because he's getting out oracles, right? And that's going to give him a little bit more activity, right? Like he's going to basically have what Creator has, but also a little bit more potential with the oracles over the sentries. Like he could get harassment damage. Stasis wards are a possibility.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I like Oracle expands against Sentry expands is what I'm trying to say.
But he did snipe that one Adept. Not the biggest steal in the world, but you're dropping stuff early on. You don't really have a lot to work with in any matchup, so anytime you see something taken out like that, unless it's like that's the Reaper or something in a matchup with Terran. And so they're both going into the Twilight Councils as well.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear you both go Blink here. And when they realize they're both going Blink, they should both go Forge. And, you know, you're going to be going into, like, your third base and everything there. But you never know. Sometimes someone decides, you know what, I'm gonna make a bunch more units here, maybe add a couple gates. The thing is, they're both able to scout each other so heavily, I think it's hard to catch your opponent off guard.
I think you're probably right. And so we have a game where basically directionally a lot of things have mirrored. There's been a few minor tech differences early on, but, you know, kind of big tech overall. It's going in a, you know, a similar direction. Nice sniping here. Got to get at least 3 probes.
Yeah, that's nice. Now suddenly they're tied up in those workers. And he's got those double oracles. Still has potential for damage. You got to watch out for that. If you have those two meet up somehow, you're going to be one-shot probes. You're not going to care about anything.
And it's
going to stasis warp, perhaps?
It's going to generate a lot of threats here. Does not actually set off in time. But, you know, this really kind of keeps Creator on his toes here. If he leaves, he knows oracles could just dive in and wipe out everything that he has.
Totally. Both sides pretty heavy on those stalkers. Now, I believe herO did add a third gateway that, you know, he's been able to produce a few more units off of, and there's his 4th gateway, if I'm not mistaken here. So he's going to be the one that turns on the aggression. No big surprise there. The Robo is going to be finishing up here for Creator, who is taking his 3rd Nexus. But herO, yeah, I mean, he's... Oh, Creator scouts this. This is kind of a big moment.
Ooh, even snipes it before the 2nd pylon can go down.
Yeah, he is going to run out of there, though. He does not want to lose these units. He's making it immortal. Now, do you keep your 3rd Nexus going? Ooh, this is... I love these Oracle moves.
Dude,
see, this is the kind of
everywhere.
Activity.
Oh my God!
Huge
and
one.
denying mining for that long in this much of a crucial moment.
I think you got to cancel this 3rd Nexus, Tasteless, and he doesn't have much time for that before it warps in.
Well, he needs to make a call now, because if he lets that finish and it's killed off, it's going to be huge. To Adept, so killing quite a lot of workers. A clunky engage over here. Mistakes made on both sides.
And herO comes down. That Nexus has time to be canceled. Is he going to do it?
And he still hasn't really dealt with these 2 Adepts. The Nexus is canceled at literally the last second.
The Adepts have actually done quite a bit. Look at this. Creator with a big worker advantage. herO does have his 3rd Nexus coming, though, so that is something that he's gained through this move. Although now he's playing Stalker against Immortal. It's only a single... Oh, no, it is 2 Immortals now. Okay. Awesome for Creator. So I think from here, like... Okay, I like this very, very much from Creator. He's adding 3 more gates right now. He's actually just going to push.
Yeah, he's just going to try to end this game.
I
Good
think
maneuver here. Just
such a good move.
2 probes stunned. And he's basically going to take the fact that 3rd base was taken away from him. He's going to use that money, make that into gateways. You got to be careful. There's so many stalkers that, you know, the Immortals, really, if they get out of position, they disappear right away.
He sees everything that's happening here for herO. herO jumps forward, and oh my God, one volleys both of the Immortals. A huge moment here for herO.
It seems almost like Creator even saw what was coming and just sort of didn't know how to mechanically deal with it.
Creator's only down. He's like at the same amount of Stalkers right now.
Yeah.
Very, very close.
And another Immortal's coming in here, but it's 3 mining bases against 2 with stasises coming in endlessly. I mean, this has been a really masterful game here from herO.
Yeah.
And I think we're almost near the end, you know, it feels like, with how much, you know, you're behind. These armies may look even, but growth-wise, I mean, Creator is in terrible shape. The Immortal's back out, so he's going to push again. But, I mean, what a difficult map to try to navigate. You know, stasis is happening over and over. The one Immortal's going to probably be blunked on.
Oh, he does get to pull that one back, luckily. herO's still up in that top left part of the map. Looking for that damage.
Yeah, I mean, herO's mined so much, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's just getting miles ahead right now. Creator has a very small window to make something happen here. And herO's actually making 3 batteries at home and 2 more gates. This is like the perfect thing to do. And notice how he just continually is making Stalkers as well. He did just start charge, but like the amount that this is the correct play, I think cannot be stressed, right? Like even though there's like Immortals coming out and he's actually kind of past the point of Stalkers where they can't even all fire at the same thing at once unless you blink on top of it, like he's covering the weak transition point into other tech by overmaking the Stalkers. So he's making it like unbelievably hard for Creator to attack him. And by the time Creator does attack him, I think he's going to cleanly be into the next tech, which is going to be charge lots.
I think you're probably right. Interesting to see Creator play, you know, when his back's against the wall like this. Not again. I really think he's brought a better version of himself than we've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so many of Creator's games, you'd occasionally see these moments of brilliance, but it was always clumsy. There were lots of overextensions. There was moments of irrationality. And even though he's probably going to lose this game, I think this is a definitely an impressive one. And he's still a real threat for this group to move on.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely still going to move on. Honestly, I think he's playing the best in the whole group, so I think he's still going to win even if he loses to herO here. And it's not 100% that he's going to lose to herO. They're on the same worker count, and herO like covered himself with those extra Stalkers, but now he does have a lot of Stalkers. So if you can hold on to this next attack as Creator, look at that, free hits. But if you can hold on right now, like he's gonna have a better army when they get closer to max.
Yeah, that is true. His does scale a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
like,
you know, herO looks to be pulling the trigger right now. Okay, now the angling.
Oh, he doesn't have charge yet, Tasis, but he has a lot of Zealots.
Oh, he's so far from charge. You're right.
Oof.
And I mean, slow zealots are so useless.
They're pretty bad.
Yeah.
That Archon is going to like solo all those Zealots. But you know what? If he gets his charge done, maybe there's a chance. He's actually made so many Stalkers at this point as well. The Immortal's going to be very important.
Yeah, if herO keeps having the hauling out here, maybe, you know, they'll buy enough time to have that charge. Again, though, it's going to be tough. Creator's army, good, but, you know, there's still all these threats being generated constantly by herO, just like the one we're seeing right now.
These Oracles have been stupid how much damage they've done.
It's crazy.
It really is. The value that they have put into this game is absurd. I would love to have seen the kill counts on both those things. And the freeze counts, like we need stasis counters on them. How many probes did you actually freeze this game?
And with all that considered, Creator's still hanging on.
Yeah.
Just trailing behind a little bit in supply.
He's playing very steadily. You got to hand it to him. These guys both have 4th bases now. Lots of charge lots are being added. Both of them on 23 Stalkers, which is kind of funny. They somehow ended up exactly the same amount.
That seems to be the number in this game, apparently.
Oh, yes, that is the number. You need 23 exactly. I once played this guy that made 25. Oh, what a fool.
I know. I just started laughing. There was nothing he could do.
And the next game on the ladder, I hit someone who made 19. These guys just don't know how to play.
Now, herO maxing out, we may see him attack in. Oh, my God. If the Stalkers could get the warp.
I think it would have been worth blinking
Just
like
blinking.
4 forward.
Yeah.
Like, not
My
all
thoughts.
of them, but
My thoughts
trade
exactly.
4 for no warpins.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that. Because really what I feel like we're seeing here is herO plays better early on, and then Creator is just, he's becoming like a sick macro god. Now here we go. I mean, the Zealots are having a terrible time. Look at all these Zealots stuck for Creator up behind the pylon and everything. I feel like we have much better surface area here for herO for most of this fight. But now a blink forward here, he gets rid of the Prism.
Yeah, he takes that out, and he's cornered all these Immortals.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. Creator, what a god.
Well, we were talking about how, you know, his army was going to scale better when they maxed out.
Yeah.
They did max out. More Archons are going to be added to the mix.
You know, he's sitting there playing defensively. He gets the Prism. He has batteries there. He has the quick warpins and everything. It's hard for herO to actually finish the game off right there. Now herO running away. He's down 40 supply. How do you do this as herO? Oh, that's how you do it, Tasteless. 2 disruptors. You get a good hit there, and suddenly you're back in the game.
Yeah, but he has to get those hits to connect first. And I mean, this is not going to be easy. There's a lot coming from all the different sides. Comes in and snipes one.
Snipes 2.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, snipes 2.
Yeah, sends out another one out. I mean, an okay hit, but he really needed more than that. And Creator just took his hands off and did a little fist pump there, knowing that he has got this game now.
Yeah, he's doing it. He's pulling through. And the Stalker count's so low, the probe's at the top of the screen, getting gunned down. Another wave warped in here of Zealots, but he blinks behind and uses the rest of the buildings as a line of defense.
And
oh my
there
God.
You go. That is about it. GG is called, and Creator stays in the lead of his group. What a killer. 3-0.
Not hiding that smile this time. He's going on to the round of 6. He's been working his ass off for over a decade. And sometimes,
dude, I think he actually just won the group with that.
Yeah,
he has one more match against a guy that's 1-1, I believe, right?
I think he has to win the group.
Wait, no. It's against DRG?
I actually don't know. I'm not used to this format.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
I should know that, but I don't. Look how happy he is, though. And I mean, it's like he's going up against all the greatest in each of the matchups, and he's just winning.
Yeah. Well, now he's the greatest in each of the matchups.
Yeah.
I want to see him play Terran vs. Zerg next.
And for a guy that like plays this poorly normally, to see him have this breakout performance, that's an inspiration for everybody watching.
It was only a 10-year slump. He's finally back in form.
And we're going to be interviewing him now. Let's see how he's feeling, what he's thinking. He is 3-0 in Group B.
Creator defeats herO, and then he moves on. And currently you are 3 wins, 0 losses right now. So how do you feel after winning the PvP?
일단 너무 지금 기쁘고요.
So right now I'm just so rejoiced, I'm so happy.
까다롭게 하는
And herO is a really tricky Protoss to play against.
생각하면서 게임 했는데도
So I really took that into account.
하면서 터질 것 같더라고요.
And you know, my brain was about to explode. I had so many thoughts. So after winning the first game, you know, my mind was at ease. Creator, it's been really hard to interview you. But right now, it feels like I'm interviewing you quite frequently now. In Glittering Ashes, you're pressuring the enemy with the Blink Stalker so well. And that was a really hard game too. And the opponent was harassing you with the Oracle so much. But you ended up winning the game with pure micro. So I'm sure you're really happy about that game.
사실 정지장 계속 당하는 거 보면서 제가 끊었던 그 사건을
I mean, I saw the Oracle harass, and then I wanted to really shotgun my keyboard. The temptation was there.
그래서 사실 그 당시 그러니까 그 정지장 수험을 당할 땐 이길 줄 몰랐는데.
And you know, at the time when I was getting harassed, I didn't think I'd win.
싸움 가면은 제가 프로토스 대 프로토스는 그래도 좀.
But then I felt like in a PvP, if I go for micro, I'm pretty good at it. So I try to suppress my anger and try to go for the late game. And right now, before Doc mentioned that the 2 best Protoss are in Group B, and then he's referring to you, obviously. So Creator, is it now your era? No, I don't think that way. I don't think so. I'm still not enough to be a top Protoss player.
노력을 해야 될 것 같고.
I need to put in a lot of effort.
그렇게 말씀해 주신 거에 대해서는
And I'm really thankful to Dark for saying that though.
되게 생각하고
It's a big compliment for me.
진짜 엄청 잘한다.
And I personally think that he's one of the top Zerg as well.
재밌는 싸움이 될 것 같아요.
So I think it's going to be an interesting match against him.
마지막 경기가 박명호 선수인데요.
And that's right, Creator. Your last match is against Dark. So before that, anything you want to say?
일단 각오는 좀 사실 3승 0패를 했지만
I'm currently at 3 wins, 0 losses.
1등 확정이 아니더라고요.
And Dark also started off like that, but he's not the first place right now. So I'm not going to let my guard down.
모든 걸 끝까지 한번
And I'm going to try to show everything I have until the very end.
지금까지 장현우 선수
Creator,
고맙습니다.
congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, well, there you hear it from Creator himself. This guy sounds more motivated than ever. He's playing out of his mind. It doesn't seem to matter the matchup, the map, the opponent. He is killing it.
Yeah, he is looking
So
fantastic.
cool.
I want to see if he can actually maybe take down a season. That would be, what a Cinderella story that would be.
It would be wild. And I mean, the ways that he's winning, yeah, I think it's a real possibility. I think we need to, put that into our minds, especially when you see like, okay, Maru's dropping out too. It's not even like, well, he looks great, but like, what about Maru? No. Not what about Maru?
Creator hasn't lost any matches. He's the only player in the tournament like that.
And
so
when you're playing that well and the other favorites are dropping out now, that's huge. Guys, short break. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the third best of 3.